So I'm here to update you on this project. Can you see that beautiful, bold, abstract pattern I have sewn onto this giant denim tote bag? It's really do enjoy embroidering on denim. It's so soft most of the time. So that is just running stitch. I will show you how I'm doing the others, and it will show you, and it will describe how, if you saw my last video, I got the pattern on using tissue paper. So I've traced out this side of things using the same pattern on tissue paper, pinned it on, and I'm going to sew through the tissue paper. So that is just a back stitch to do the outline design. Now that's how I get these outlines, and then I have used my design that I did on tracing paper, so that's where I came up with the design, copied it onto tissue paper and sewn it on that way. So I've used this slightly less bright than I initially thought colour scheme because I didn't want it to get too grubby when it gets used. It's all washable, but a bright yellow would get grubby. So I started each area on the edge and then went round and round and round in running stitch. Kantha and running stitch are perfectly, you don't have to do anything fancier. And it's just such a lovely thing to do in the evenings and watch this grow. I've loved the colours. And if I could get the lighting right, I'd show you how the twist on the perlé thread and the sheen with these perlés really catches the light in different ways. I shall practice taking some pictures. Anyway, I'm using the same pattern for this side, but I want to keep the internal pocket functional because in these bags we all know an internal pocket is really good. And the way I've sewn this one is I've sewn it through the lining because I wasn't going to start unpicking everything. So I've sewn it through the lining. There are no knots, just these tails, so it's really durable. Use the waste knot process, so no knots get rubbed and caught. So working out how to do it and what would work with the design's taken a bit. So what I've done is I marked out the edge of the pocket. I've done that, so pinning it underneath and just feeling inside the pocket and carefully pinning it. And then it took me a while to work out how the design would work adapted because it's a much bigger area than I thought. So what I've decided to do is outside the pocket area, I'll do the same as the other side. And for the pocket area, I'll do dashed lines. So I can catch just the denim bit of this fabric. Do it so I'm not sewing all the way through the lining, or at least just the lining on the bit of the pocket next to the denim, not the full pocket. But I don't want to do heavy stitching because that's going to be really tricky because you're sort of going to have to curve your needle. You're going to have to potentially even use a curved needle not to catch everything. So I thought if I did some dashed lines, maybe in the colours, maybe in black, I'm thinking to use the colours of the shapes. And so do that one in pink, then that one in green. I've got to think through the colours, and that will show the continuity of the pattern without having this giant strip through the middle. The other thing I thought I could then do is sew on with small thread my label. You know, maybe I can label it Mary Bodle Embroidery on there. So I've got my giant quilting hoop again, which is really good for big projects like this because it also means you can fit more thicker fabrics with this depth of hoop, which you can't get on, let's say, a 7, 8, 9 inch embroidery hoop. These start at 14 inches. And I'm doing that in front of the telly and I'm loving it. Hence why I've decided to do more. Now, keep following me because I've got a slightly different tote bag I've got in the same Hush sale, and I've got some different plans for sort of floral outlines. It's really inspired me. It's going to be great for my mindful stitching in the evenings, which we all need to just do that little bit even 20 minutes in front of the telly doing running stitch, that makes such a difference to your well-being. What's stopping you?